baby. About to get into it, about to get it popping. Guys, I'm about to just get our systems going. But if you can hear me and see me, you know what I'm saying? You know what to do, man. Type one in the chat. If you can hear me and see me, type one in the chat. You may not know what to do. This might be your first live. If it is, welcome. We about to get into it. Every single time I go live, not only do I answer questions, man, I come bearing gifts. I'm like a black Santa Claus, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm giving you guys today is access to my free fat loss course. It's called the Big Belly Blaster. Essentially going to give you the step-by-step framework of what you would need to do if you want to lose 5 to 10% body fat, put on, 10 to 15 pounds of lean muscle, and be able to maintain that lifestyle, get that confidence and, feedback and energy and, just higher quality of life that you may have always wanted. All right. So the link to get access to that will be pinned to the top of the chat. And let's see who we got in the building. Type one if y'all can hear me and see me well. Type one in the chat if my audio's good. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we got the message pin. There we go. All right. So we got some ones from Goat. What up, Goat? You know what I'm saying? I too have been called a goat in many circles. We got mechanics in the building, but mechanic 504. What's 504, man? Is that your area code? What's 504 area code? Goat, what up? What's up? I'm new here. Hey, welcome to the channel, man. Welcome to the chat. Guys, what's your goals, man? Type your goals in the chat, man. I want to help some people out today. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get IG in the building too, man. It's been a minute since I went live on IG. So we're gonna get them in here too. Guys, type in the chat, what's your goals? You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna see if I can help you guys get there. Let's see, comment course for my free fat loss course. Let's see. We got Acacia. Is it? Yeah, Acacia S. What's happening, brother? Wagwan. On that damn Celiac diet right now, eating everything in sight and washing it down with chocolate milk. All right, you have fun with that shit. Sam Celiac is he's pretty ripped, so he might know a thing or two. You know what I'm saying? He's a IFBB pro, so if bodybuilding is your goal, you know what I'm saying, he's somebody who would know a lot about that. Goat is arm gains. All right, man. How much arm gains, man? What's the current inches on your arms? Pause. Right, but like, have you measured your arms to even see if your arms are, at a certain level to be able to measure the growth, right? Because that's a key thing that I don't think enough people do is like measure themselves, right? Because you could say you want more arms, but like how much bigger arms do you want in relation to where you are, right? Like you want to track that. Big Face Huncho, what up? JT303, what's happening? What up? Black man, I hear you and see you because I'm inside your house. No, you're not inside my house, man. I'm inside my house. Schumann, what should I do to put on muscle during football season? You should eat more calories, consume more calories, and continue to strength train your legs, right? If you're doing football, man, like, obviously you're gonna be using your legs every day, but honestly, like, I don't know if you're gonna put on that much mass during season. You want to do that in the off season. Frank West says, Cory, you're the man. I appreciate that. I would agree with that statement. Khalid says, how are you? Khalid, I'm fantastic, man. I would actually say I'm stupendous. I could say that with the utmost confidence. My man's Goat says, not yet, but I will measure. Measure your arms, man. Measure everything. Your body fat percentage, your lean mass, the different measurements on your body to ensure that you're getting the type of muscle growth you want. Any tips for SIBO, chronic stomach inflammation? I've never heard of SIBO, or maybe I have. and I don't know what's called that, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. I have no idea what that entails, but just based off what I know from any type of inflammatory diseases or ailments, what you want to do is really focus on nutrition, right? Inflammation is a product of what you put inside your motherfucking body, right? Or a response to things that, are going on, you know, um, externally that are reflected internally. Like, for example, when you train your muscles, guys, and you break them down, the muscles become inflamed in the recovery state. So when your body's rushing the fluids and amino acids all into that muscle to repair that shit, it's inflamed, right? So that's good inflammation. But if you got bacterial growth, inflammation in the intestine, bro, I would say like really lower your consumption of refined sugars, right? Stop fucking with a bunch of processed foods. Really focus predominantly on proteins and dietary fats, low glycemic carbohydrates, maybe mostly like fruits, vegetables, real fucking food, not fake food, like stuff that like it has died or is dying, right? And then that combined with like actually tracking your intake, maybe put yourself on like a macronutrient split where it's predominantly protein, and maybe the carbs are low to moderate so that you can reduce inflammation, because carbs are a little bit more inflammatory because they cause your body to hold and store nutrients, where you know you go high protein, moderate fats, like that tends to be more anti-inflammatory, right? Because you give your body the time it needs to burn through all the reserves of energy, and lower the glucose, in which case you'll burn through whatever like reserves of nutrients you have. So I would say, man, like, do those things, like maybe 40% protein, 25% carb, 35% fats. Make sure you're tracking your calories. Tips for losing belly fat, coach? Yeah, burn more calories than you consume. The only way to lose fat is a calorie deficit. Khalid, thank you for that question. Goat says, Corey, what's your best advice for a 13-year-old you can give for arm gains? Uh, get stronger with compound exercises that incorporate the arms. Things like weighted dips, weighted pull-ups. Even going as far as when you're in the gym, man, close grip bench press with the barbell, or you know, um, people underestimate like the straight bar curls, the value of that. I think those are really good. Heavy dumbbell curls, a heavy overhead dumbbell extension. All those things could be great movements to build your arms. My skinny arm brethren. Um, Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster says, I'm 71-year-old male, 5'8", 235. I need a full body. Me for that? I have one that's free. It's inside my Facebook group though. And I don't know. I know for a fact that like they won't let me, and when I say they, I mean YouTube won't let me like drop like a Facebook link in here. But if you join my Facebook group, it's called the Get Ripped Boot Camp. Once you join, at the very top, there's a 30-day program that's completely free, and it has like all the dumbbell movements. If you don't want to go through all those steps, what you could do, my 71-year-old friend, is you could just go to ChatGPT, man. Just go to AI and just say, hey, build me a full body dumbbell program. I mean, yeah, full body strength based dumbbell program that I can do, and then you just tell it what equipment you have. If you got like a bench that inclines, or you don't have a bench and you're just doing dumbbells only, like it'll write out some shit that's pretty decent. But if you want something that's a little bit more like tailor made, and you need like something that's kind of like complements something that has been practiced for over a decade, you can go get my free shit in my Facebook group. The first black man at network says, I'm at the weight that I want, but I want to get cut definition and lose my stomach. How do I obtain that without losing weight? So you want to lose your stomach fat, but you don't want to lose weight. Is that what you're asking me? Because what you're asking me, if that is the case, is something that's actually not possible in like actual reality, like maybe in fictional reality. right? I love this show called Dragon Ball Z, right? Where they go and like get these mystical orbs and they make a wish to a green dragon that comes and like grants their wishes for things that they couldn't do in like, their reality. So if there were some Dragon Balls that you can collect, you might be able to wish to the magical dragon to take some fat off your stomach and you not lose any weight. But that only happens in Dragon Ball Z. So in real life, like you actually gotta like lose weight. And if you like the weight you at, you have to build back up in muscle. Like that's how it really works. Because fat is weight. So you have to lose weight if you want to lose fat. But if you like your weight, you can always just build back up in muscle later. Um, do you like sugar-free sodas? Nah, man, I don't fuck with no sugar-free sodas. That's just a waste of liquid to me. I like water, sparkling water, coffee, and that's it. I'm a simple guy, man. I'm a simple guy. First black man at the net at work. I think hopefully that was helpful. Humbo says calorie deficit. Yes. Yo, Corey, my arms are 9 inches. I have six pack abs. Thank you. Yeah. So you got 9 inch arms. Now you just track your lifts. Make sure you're progressing in all your strength lifts each week, and then once a week, maybe just take the tape measure to your arm and see if it's growing. If it's growing, then everything's good. If it's not growing, you got to tweak something in either your program or your nutrition. Cookie Monster, you were broken up answering my question. I must be asking the right question to the right person because I didn't hear none of what you said. Cookie Monster, basically, I just said, man, if you need help with a dumbbell only program, right, for strength, you can search for one on Chat GPT, or you can get a free one that I made and it's in my Facebook group. You know what I'm saying? That's the brief summary of what I said. The free Facebook group is called Get Ripped Boot Camp. And it's got a picture of this really handsome bald black dude lifting weights on it. You can't miss it. Just look for it on Facebook. If you don't want to go through all those steps though, man, like I'm telling you, if you just say to ChatGPT, hey, I would like you to build me a full body dumbbell only program, based off, wanting to build strength, it'll build you something that's pretty decent. Corey, please tell me how to do the Roman chair sit-ups. Yeah, Roman chair sit-ups is simple, man. You have to anchor your feet with something, either a wall or something really heavy so that your feet won't move back and forth, like some heavy dumbbells or something like that. If you're next to like a machine or like a sled, sometimes you can put your feet underneath that. You sit at the edge of whatever your box or bench is. So if you had a bench, a box, a chair at home or on your couch, you can do this shit. You gotta sit at the edge. That ass got to be at that edge, guys. You know what I'm saying? That's the key, because when you put your butt at the edge of like the bench or the box, it deactivates the hip flexors, and then that's how you can really activate the abdominals, right? And then once you do that, that's how you're going to be able to sort of get into that position where you lean back, saying cross your arms or hold like a plate or some type of weight, and then crunch in. And the key with like any ab exercise, guys, is you want to get that bend in your spine, because the abs flex at the spine. So you're not really working your abs if your spine never bends, right? So you got to get that hump in your back. Pause. Guys, if that was helpful, give me a flex emoji in the chat. It's Lulu says, my first time catching a live. Welcome to the live, man. So happy to have you. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you could pull up. Jenna says, are potatoes good for a cut? I love potatoes on the cut, man. I think it's great. What's your age, Corey? Sorry for the caps. My keyboard is glitching. I'm 33. You know what I'm saying? I'm 33 years old, man. I'm an old soul. Peacock says, course, hey, enjoy the free fat loss course. Hopefully it's helpful. Nicole Gary, greetings. Hey, one of our superstar students from the Armstrong Army. She says, I'm down. What you say, girl? You say, I'm down 40 pounds thanks to you. Let's clap it up for Nicole. Nikki Cole out here, 40 pounds down. She's a Armstrong Army alumni. What's the safest way to increase stamina? I would say, generally speaking, just stamina is tied to like your cardiovascular health. So one of the easiest ways is just more movement, cardio based. It doesn't have to be moderate pace. It could be low intensity, like going for walks. If you're looking to increase, like a sort of step up of intensity from a walk, but you're not quite ready to run. I know some of you motherfuckers watching, y'all big as hell, right? You too big to be running because you fuck your joints up that way. What you could do is incline walks, right? Like inclining like a treadmill, or going up. If you're in an area where you have somewhere that's got hilly you know outdoors and shit, right? Like you can go for hikes, right? Um, Another thing that you could do is you can do sort of more of like endurance phase in your strength. So if you're strength training, right, there's multiple different phases that the muscles will adapt to, right? So, one of the phases a lot of people really like is like hypertrophy, right? Hypertrophy, guys, for you guys aren't fitness dorks, that basically just means you're increasing the size of the muscle. So if you ever see a program and it's telling you to lift 8 to 12 repetitions, that's a hypertrophy program. But there's other ways of training the muscles for different adaptations, and one of those adaptations is for muscular endurance, and that'd be like if you went 15 to 20 reps, right? You go like lightweight, and you do more repetitions. That could help with endurance. But when it comes to phasing, like you shouldn't just stick to one rep range forever. That'll lead to hard plateaus. If you guys have ever, been working out or training, or going for fat loss, whatever it may have been, and you hit a wall, right, where you wasn't seeing no progressions on your workouts and you wasn't seeing no weight loss or muscle growth, you've probably hit a plateau because you didn't change the phase. So you got to change the reps and the intent of your programming periodically. I talk about that in the free fat loss course. Go check that out if you guys want to learn more. But yeah, like those are some ways that you can increase endurance. Guys, if that was helpful for you, just drop a flex emoji in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Alex Fernandez says, your videos help me a lot. Hey, man, I'm glad to hear that they help. That's what I'm here for. Marty Riley, what's the best juice to get for weight loss? I've been getting Simply stuff, but haven't really seen a difference. Yeah, juice is probably one of the worst things you can drink on a fat loss diet. I don't fuck with juice. I think it's like a waste of liquid on a diet because it's just sugar, carbs. It's no protein. It's no fiber. There's no dietary fats. Nothing that's gonna help you really, with fat loss. Because when it comes to fat loss, you want things that make it easy to stay in a caloric deficit. So things that are very filling, high in nutrients, protein sources, high fiber sources, right? Dietary fat sources. Juice just ain't that, right? You drink that shit, it spikes your blood sugar, your body secretes insulin, it stores the sugars that you just fucking drank, and it asks for more sugar after that. You get hungry again, and now you in this boom bust cycle where you constantly like chasing your hunger and energy and not seeing no progression on weight loss. So I think juice is probably one of the worst things you can drink on a diet. You know what I'm saying? I think that shit's some bullshit. We got Chuck just pulled up. Chuck, what up? Pierce, Jason Pierce says, hi, greetings. What up? Does zero sugar soda help with weight loss? Nah, it doesn't help, but it doesn't hurt either. It's like a net negative. What's the best tightening for tightening your skin? Strength training, getting stronger, and getting your lean body mass and protein every day. Yeah, Chuck, man, what's up, man? What's happening this week, man? Give me some updates, man. You a hard man to find, so shit, you on the live, man. Give me some updates in the motherfucking chat. How can I get my mind stronger? Your mind gets stronger just like your muscles get stronger with repetitions of doing things that you don't want to do. So just like there's resistance on the bar, and that's what makes your muscle stronger, you have to start to do the things that you're resistant to do more frequently and see yourself do it. It'll build your confidence, and it'll make you somebody that you respect yourself, and then therefore others will respect you too. If you were starting a beginner today, what would you focus on first to build lean muscular body? If I coach a lot of beginners, and the first thing we really focus on is nutrition, right? Like we got to figure out their numbers. If you want to learn more about how I figure out numbers, just go get the free fat loss course. But basically, like I figure out what their goal is. You said lean muscular, so maybe they need to lose some fat first. Let's just say that. Well, so I take their stats. I figure out what their BMR is. BMR is basal metabolic rate. That's how many calories your body burns by itself. Then I just take that, I subtract some calories from it based off their lifestyle, right? Usually like 200 or 300 calories, nothing crazy. And then I build a macro ratio around that. Now the macro ratio, guys, is kind of nuanced. I used to just do like a standard macro ratio, but now I do blood work analysis. So me and my team, we like send like blood work kits to people's homes, or we get their most recent labs. We look at hormones. Guys, what you want to look at when determining your macros is internally what's going on. So look at your A1C levels if you got your recent labs. Look at your testosterone levels, right? Look at your cholesterol levels, right? Look at all those things, and then from that you can kind of determine what would be the best macros for you, right? So I would need that stuff to get a beginner like the best start. But let's just say I ain't got blood work labs. I'm just gonna go to my old favorite: 40% protein, 30% carbs, 30% fat, right? That usually works best for everyone. But some people got like blood sugar issues, and that's why I like to look at that first. Some people got testosterone issues, and that's why I like to look at that first. But let's say I put them in a 40, 30, 30. Now it's easy for me to build a meal plan for this person, right? Based off those macros. I get them to send me a list of their favorite foods and foods they hate, and I just build it into those numbers, right? And so now we got our numbers. We kind of got like a roadmap, right? Like how many of you guys ever went on a road trip before? Put a thumbs up in the chat if you've been on a road trip before, right? It's the first thing you do when you go somewhere you ain't never been. You get that motherfucking address, you put it in your GPS, and the GPS gives you a road map. You know what I'm saying? So you can travel, with confidence and clarity on the path. So once you got that, then it's like, all right, let's put this person to a strength training program, right? Depending on like how their body moves, if they're like somebody that has past injuries, we account for that. But that's pretty much the starting point for all beginners. I think it's like just get your nutrition right. If you can base it off hormones and blood work, even better. If not, 40, 30, 30. I'm telling you, 40% protein, 30% carbs, 30% fat is going to work best for most people. This has been tried, true, and tested for 10 years, right? Right, with me and hundreds of my clients. So you can do it with a confidence in that. And then you couple that with a strength training program. Strength training program, we usually base that, guys, off like how many days a week you can train, right? So like let's say you somebody. Chuck just pulled up, right? Chuck is in the program. I've been looking, trying to find this motherfucker, right? Because he been busy, so I've been hitting him. Hey, motherfucker, where you at, right? Chuck can only train 3 days a week because he owns a business and he got a lot of people counting on him outside of that, right? So what we're not gonna do is we're not gonna put Chuck on like some bodybuilder split where you gotta do push pull legs, right? Why? We're not gonna do that because that's only gonna work if he can hit the gym 6 days a week, right? So we're gonna put him on a full body routine, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, full body, and then sprinkle in the cardio where necessary in between, because he can only commit 3 days with his schedule. But if you got more days, then you can get a little bit more nuance with your strength training protocol. Guys, if these are helpful tips and you want me to talk more about like how to put together a program, just give me a thumbs up in the chat. I just want to make sure. Anybody else female here besides me? Lulu's a female. Dougie Fresh says, appreciate you, GOAT. All right. All right. Yeah, if you guys want me to do more like how to build a program content, I will. Corey, I'm Faith. I'm a copywriter, straight to it. Want to write for your brand? Let's talk. DM me. Maybe I'll talk to you about it. You know what I'm saying? I got a pretty good copywriter. Faith is a male though. That's cool, Faith. Just hit me up. Nancy wants to. Okay, for sure, for sure. I got y'all, man. I got y'all. It seems like the ladies want more of like how to build a program content than the fellas. You know what it is? Guys think they know everything, so they be too prideful to be like, yeah, I need help with that. They think they know everything. you know, not finishing your videos keeping you big as hell. I wouldn't agree with that, man. I do finish my videos. Is there an age restriction on training with you, Corey? Yeah, I don't have any clients under the age of 30, you know. Um, Not to say that I wouldn't train somebody over like 18, definitely 18 and up. But I've never I probably work with, and again, I've been doing this shit. It's year 9. We're going on 10. I'm gonna just round up and say 10 because I was my first client and I started being consistent in 2015, right? So we'll call it 10 years. Yo, I've had maybe 10 years, like maybe 3 clients under 30. So people under 30 just tend to not be that serious. And I usually just, I don't fuck with people who waste time, man. I just don't. I'm like 22. Is that fine? I don't know, man. DM me. I have to learn a little bit more about your situation to see if I might be able to help, but then again, I might just steer you in a direction of somebody else that can help. Okay, so just DM me. Yo, Corey, say what's up to the Go Alejandro. What up, Alejandro? Torres Bulldogs. I'm 37, and man, I can't get rid of the love handles and a bit of belly fat. Yeah, you can. You just got to be in a calorie deficit. If you ain't got rid of your love handles, you ain't been doing that. You need to change some shit up or keep your fucking belly big. That's it, man. It's not your age. It's guys older than you, more ripped than you, right? It ain't yo stubborn midsection. Your belly ain't stubborn. You just stubborn. You need to change your approach, bro. Get in the calorie deficit. Jay Will, I've recently lost 21 pounds and now I'm down to 170. I still feel closer to 20% body fat. For me to get 10%, do I have to lose another 15? Maybe. I don't know. Body fat percentage doesn't work in a linear fashion because a lot of this has to do with what are the methods that you actually utilize to lose the weight, right? How much muscle did you either maintain or acquire in that deficit? Oh, Chuck wants to talk. Chuck, okay, we're about to make this into a talk show. Sure. Sure. Chuck can come in, man. I sent you, I let you get the request, Chuck. You can come in, man. Not hard. You need to fast till 6 p.m. Eat once a day. No tricks. You must suffer some. Yeah. Yeah. You have to sacrifice some things or your goals will be sacrificed. Chuck, what up, man?
What's going on, Doctor?
Hey, you know what's going on, man. I'm living a stupendous life, man. Give me some updates, Chief.
Bruh, came back from graduation for my nephew and
Yeah.
been bedridden all week.
What you sick?
Yeah, Doc, I had a runny nose like a little kid,
Oh
sore
shit,
throat,
man. You can't be out here
ears
sick, bro.
clogged.
Yeah,
Yeah, bruh,
you
sick
got
in the summertime ain't getting.
yeah, don't get that, man. Hey,
But
get you, and I'm gonna say this because we live, everybody might benefit from this. Guys, if you get sick, get some vitamin D3. Get some
yeah,
vitamin D3 immediately. You taking some, Chuck?
we taking some D3, taking some vitamin C.
Yeah.
Doctor got me on the antibiotic,
You got you on the zinc and
all
the
that good stuff.
magnesium too?
I've been on that,
Okay.
but he got me on augmentin, get rid of antibiotic, get rid of this
Yeah.
whatever I got.
Yeah.
Got me on nasal spray to fill the congestion because when I said bag, see,
Yeah.
it was like a 3-year-old.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. You out here like a newborn baby, man. Chuck got sick,
yeah,
man,
bro,
but
just
you're
running.
gonna be able to beat it. Just yeah.
Yeah, we'll be back in. But
So you
for
got
those
that
that are
shit.
listening,
Yeah.
to this, this man's the truth. I want to get on this live to give him some praise. I've been working with him about a year now, and he knows what he's talking about. He's worth the investment. He's gonna stay on you, but so if you're not serious and you're serious when you say that, if you're about to bullshit, don't waste his time because he ain't gonna waste yours. So if you're down to get it and try to lose some weight and really want to make it happen and have a nutrition plan and change your lifestyle, Cory Armstrong Fitness. So
Hey, I didn't ask him to
just want
say
to throw
that,
that out there
guys.
for you.
He just did this on his. I appreciate it, right?
Straight up on my own.
I
Straight up on my
appreciate
own. You
it.
see my banner in the back, my
Yeah.
company in the back, but straight up on my own. That
Hey,
just want to give him his praises while he's doing
can we
while
get
he's living
like
his
30 more
life. You
pounds
know,
off you so we can like just brag about your results and then
we need to get 30 more pounds off. That's right. We got 30 more to go.
let's get it.
We done dropped 40. We need 30 more to go. And once we get that 30 more, we're gonna be in there.
Let's
So
get it. Let's get it. Nah, I know
yeah,
you can do it, man. You gotta something's gotta change with like I don't know, like we'll talk more about it offline, but like
yeah. I think we may need to do some blood work and change up some of the macros.
yeah, send me uh,
I
text
haven't
me.
had any done lately, but I can get some done.
Get some labs done. I need so guys, this is for everybody. I'm glad that we're doing this live. You want to know everything you need to know, right? Because your DNA is like I heard somebody say this. It was really smart. Your DNA is kind of like your instruction manual for your body because it's literally going to tell you the ins and outs of what you respond best to, what things may need to be altered to ensure that you're actually moving in the right direction. If you have a goal, whether it be fat loss, whether it be muscle growth, whether it be just turning something around, like it's going to tell you how to do it. Right? You can't bullshit the DNA. So get this is what you need. You need the metabolic test. The metabolic test has cortisol, free testosterone, and the estrogen, the estradiol, right? Definitely get your lipids, right? So all the cholesterol stuff, you need that, and then get the hemoglobin A1C. Get your blood sugar tested. You get all of that, you're gonna know what you need to do. And then Chuck, you just send that shit to me, and I'll give you a full breakdown of what we need to do.
Yep, we'll go from there, bro.
For sure.
I won't hold you. I'll let you get back to talking.
All right, man.
Just want to jump on and give you your praises. Want to talk some more because it's time for me to renew too. So
Yeah. Hit me up.
we'll do, bro.
All right, bro. Peace.
Yep.
So yeah, guys, we out here. We giving out game. We sharing the wealth. We helping people be better. Um, you know, I could do more of those Q&As too if y'all want to come on live. Just shoot me a request. Is mustard good for weight loss? Mustard it's not good or bad, man. It's you know what mustard is? It's just sodium, right? Sodium is an essential. It's an essential mineral, right? So I don't want you guys to get it fucked up. Like you need sodium to survive. That's how your brain functions, muscles function, organs function, all the inner workings of your body. Most of them are tied to sodium intake. So you need some sodium. So mustard could be beneficial in that. Like let's just say, for example, you restricting your calories, you got your carbs low, you losing water. When you lose water, you lose sodium. So in some aspects, right, like that sodium boost you get from mustard could be beneficial, right? But it's not gonna be the end all be all, man. It's just one thing. You still need to be in the calorie deficit. Smooth operator says I'm 220. All right, smooth operator. Yo, Corey, how's Monday, Wednesday, Friday full body calisthenics with cardio? Tuesday, Thursday, high protein, calorie deficit, eating 1 to 8. The only person that can answer that question is you, because literally, like it sounds like you got all the concepts, but when you actually put them into practice, you will see an outcome on the other side of that. So here's the thing you want to look at. You want to look at like, all right, I'm doing this protocol, right? If you do it for a week and you weigh yourself, right? If your weight loss goal, you said calorie deficit. If you lost weight, then that is a successful program for you right now. It may have to change, right? Like if you were on when Chuck was on, we was talking about Chuck, he lost 30 pounds on the program, but there's been some changes in his life and there's also inconsistencies in some aspects. And so what we're thinking is we may need to change something because when he got that 30 pounds off, his body got so adapted to what he was doing that it's been up and down since. So what you're looking to do is you're not looking to have one program forever. You're looking to get the program that's going to be successful for now, right? And then you're gonna want to have to adapt it at some point, but you got to know how to adapt it, right? That's why blood work is important. That's why understanding phasing is important, right? Not just training phases, but nutritional phases, like knowing when it's important to do a reverse diet, or go into an actual bulk, right? Or eat at maintenance, right? Knowing when to alter your calories and your macros appropriately is huge. But I say that to say, like, you got to just practice that shit, bro, and then see if you're losing weight. If you're losing weight, it's working. If you're not, you got to change something. Um, Smooth Operator says Ozempic on Friday. Okay. It's not even Friday. Why you bringing up Ozempic? How do I get rid of my big ass belly? You got to burn more calories than you consume. That's the game. Von Johnson, as long as you cut out junk food and beef, starch, you would be good. Maybe you can overeat healthy foods. Y'all know that, right? You know, it's tougher because they're not as appetizing in some aspects, right? Like they're more satiating, but you can eat a calorie surplus of fruits, right? You ever seen a fat vegan before? Yeah, they eating they eating too much. That shit. Amine, what's your most important thing you learned from Big Brandon Carter Keto? King Keto, shout out to BC. What's the most important thing? I don't know if there's one and most important thing. I think the thing that stands out to me most is you either sacrifice for your goals or your goals will become the sacrifice. There's give and take in everything in your life. So if you look at where you're at now, you the sum total of all the actions you took to get to this point. And in order to get to a new point in life, you have to be willing to take new actions. Now, some of you guys are taking a lot of action. Some of y'all are busy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got kids, you got a wife, right? Some of y'all like leaders in your community and at your church, right? You got all these responsibilities. You literally tapped out on what you can do. So guess what you got to do, motherfucker? You got to give something up. Somebody's gonna have to get a no this week for you to make a change. And that's the hardest thing for some men is like understanding that like you gotta say no to other people to say yes to you sometimes. So that I would say, yeah, that's one of my most valuable lessons that I got from the big homie BC. How many reps do you do in your workout? All of them, right? In my workout, I don't leave until all the reps are done, right? Corey, when lifting weights, I've been doing less weights, more reps, but I should be like a certain weight or start out with like 20 pounds to say lift arm lifts. You got to ask yourself, how long have you been doing less weights, more reps? If it's more than like 3 or 4 weeks, I would change that. I would change your phase because your body's getting adapted to that now. So you got to give it something new for you to get a new response from your body. Got to do something new to get something new. All right. How to pair fasting and weight training for a cheat code. Why you looking for cheat codes, man? Right? Ain't no cheat code, man. Like, you gotta be in a calorie deficit if you want to lose fat. If you want to build muscle with fasting, like the cheat code is like extend your fasting window. You know what I'm saying? Like if I wanted to do like six, if I want to do intermittent fasting, so I stay relatively lean and still do weightlifting and build muscle, right? I would do 16 hours fasted only, so I can have more time to eat, so I get all my calories in. Um, when it comes to like fat loss, just train fasted every time and eat all your meals after. That's the best cheat code you're gonna get. Brandon, hey Corey, love your videos. Wanted to ask if you can shout out my friend Blad. He's been working hard and consistent with losing weight. Shout out to Blad. Coach Corey, this is Rich from New Orleans. Still going. Armstrong, Army Strong. Good to see you, bro. Rich, what up? What's happening, Chief? Glad to hear you still winning, man. Shoot me a text, man. Give me some updates on your progress. I would love to see how you progressing, big dog. Uh, Goya Princess. Corey, when lifting weights, I've been doing less. Oh, I already answered that, Goya. Rotisserie chicken from Food Eagle is oh from Giant Eagle is my quick meal tonight. That's what's up, man. Shout out to the rotisseries in the building. You know what I'm saying? For sure, man. Yeah. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it popping, man. We're gonna get it popping. Yeah, boot knee. What up? What's happening? Uh, Dre Day. What up? What up? Okay. I do 100 reps each part of my arm. So it's like 4 machines I use. 100 reps, okay. That's not bad. What you doing? 10 sets of 10? That's or you doing something different. Much love from Detroit, fam. My bro Pat told me to follow you because I just became a PT. Hey, appreciate the support. Welcome. I don't know which Pat you talking about because I know a few Pats, but shout out to Pat, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my hometown, Detroit, man. You know what I'm saying? I might come visit one day. I might come visit, man. South Florida, too nice. What's your opinion on keto? I think it's dumb as fuck. YouTube live keeping you big as hell. Okay. Alicia, Coco Styles. Is apple cider vinegar good on an empty stomach first thing in the morning? Yeah, it's fine. It's good. It's a good appetite suppressant. It's got some good insulin insulin sensitivity properties, and it's good to for your gut microbiome. It's good detoxifying agent. Doing military count always helped me to start at 9 and work your way down. Okay, that's a good technique. Yahweh says peace and blessings. Thank you, Yahweh. How do you feel about prolonged fast? I love them. I usually don't go over 72 hours though, because after that, your body starts eating muscle. Pure plate nutrition. What's your opinion on seed oils? I don't really think about seed oils ever. I don't think about seed oils ever. I ain't never picked up a food item and been like, ugh, this got seed oils in it. I ain't gonna eat this. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I look at the macros. If your macros are on point most of the time, you're gonna be consuming things that are very nutritious. Because I teach something called the 80-20 rule. 80% of my diet is whole natural foods, and then the other 20, something a little bit more processed. Right? But when 80% of your diet is whole food, think about it. If the other 20% of your calories can be processed, right? Like you can't fit a bunch of seed oils and processed shit in there. It's only like maybe like something small like a protein bar, nothing crazy. And that's not gonna kill you, man. When did you get out? Like when did I get out of prison? Like I don't know that I ain't never been to prison. I went to jail once for like 2 minutes. Right? If you want to know that story, I tell it. But like when I went to jail, it was just parking tickets. Like, it was just unpaid traffic tickets, like running a red light and speeding. That shit turns into warrants if you don't pay them, guys. So always pay your traffic tickets. You know what I'm saying? Because they pulled me over. It's like, yeah, bro, we gotta take you in. And then I went to jail. I had the money to bail myself out. I bailed myself out the same day. You know what I'm saying? Which is proof that you can ignore reality all you want, but you cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. So all you motherfuckers watching this that's ignoring your diet, right? Because you like, oh, I eat pretty good, right? But then your stomach look big as hell every week, right? And you wonder why? It's because you're ignoring reality, but you can't ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. You know, all you guys is just going to the gym, doing random workouts, right? You just like, oh shit, I know how to use this machine. Oh shit, I just want to do some cardio. Oh shit, I'm gonna just do some reps. You ain't got no real structure. You ain't tracking your lifts, your progressions, and your body look the same every fucking week, year after year, right? You're ignoring reality, but you can't ignore the consequences of ignoring reality, right? And some of you are even worse than those other two. Some of you guys are you're telling yourself a story about how busy you are and how many reasons you can't eat right or you can't go to the gym. You can't do this because I got to do this and I'm so important and everything else is beneath me, right? I'm better than this, right? Because I got to do this stuff, right? You telling yourself that bullshit, and you guys are getting hit in the face with a lot of reality. You're getting that high blood pressure, that high cholesterol, that diabetes. You know what I'm saying? You getting hit real hard with the reality that you tried to ignore by saying you was too busy, right? So it's like you can ignore reality all you want, man, but the consequences are gonna catch up to you. That bold Tito, what do you think about CMOS? Because I want to start it. CMOS is overrated, man. That shit is it's just an overglorified version of a multivitamin. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like it's got a pretty high amount of nutrients, man. But like if you're gonna get some sea moss, man, get it because like there's certain nutrients in it that you're not getting a lot of in your diet, right? Like if you're not getting a lot of iodine, for example, right? Like, have you ever thought about that? Like, how much iodine am I getting? I ain't never thought about that shit, right? Right? But let's just say your doctor brought it up, man. Your blood work labs came back, man. You need some more iodine in your diet, right? Yeah, maybe get some sea moss, right? But like, you know, it's not that it's not that big of a deal, man. Sea moss is like it's basically like it's a multivitamin with better absorption because it's food. And if you get a food-based multivitamin, like I do, you essentially getting the same benefits of some fucking sea moss, man. So that shit's overrated, right? The Dr. CB people are going to be angry that I said that, but fuck it, man. This is my channel. Is electrolytes S tier? Yes. Um, what's the best multivitamin brand? Any of them that's food based is good. I like the Rainbow Light, right? The Rainbow Light. You see them vegetables up here? That means that it was made from food. If it was made from food, then your body can absorb it better, right? So Rainbow Light's a good one. But honestly, I haven't looked at like a wide array of different ones. I know Mega Food has one, but I don't know like a bunch of them. So just get one that's food based in general. We got some vegetables on the front, then you probably good. All right, guys, look, I got to get out of here, get ready for my next meeting. If this was helpful and you want me to go live again this week, type live in the chat. Type live in the chat, gang, and I will make it happen. If you guys want me to go live again, just type live in the chat for your boy. All right. All right. We're going to make it happen. Appreciate y'all for coming through. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Oh my God.